Welcome back, everyone.
It looks like we're back, mate.
Back in podcast settings.
It looks like we've been telling you, we're trying to upgrade it for the people.
Podcast number 7.
We're only elevating the levels, so it's only right.
For those of you who watched episode 1 and thought, what the hell is this? This is episode 7, so we've been doing it a little while.
And furthermore, just like we said before we begin this, we started this. If I believe in your dreams, man.
Yeah,
like my bro was on the phone. He was like, "Fam, you should start on podcast." We were like, "That's a good idea, you know."
Yeah,
we did it.
Get involved, get done.
Now we're here, man.
Yeah, man.
Quick thing, very important thing. We shouted it out last podcast, but I mean, this week, 1st of May, some projects dropped. Second Nature by my man Kevyn Ricard.
Oh, and
Drift Up by Mr.
Ben Ume. And In the Works Cooking, literally cooking, about to be served up.
The next 2 weeks is gonna be dropping, man.
We know what time it is.
So go watch the music, go watch the music videos, go listen to the music, wait for it to drop on Spotify, it's always on YouTube, it's always on SoundCloud, go and listen to it, leave us feedback, even if you don't like it, I don't care, just go listen to it.
Honestly, your feedback's important, even if you don't like it, it's like we're saying, mate,
we're not
let me know.
Just
let me know. If you love it too, let me know.
Watch it twice, if you don't like it, watch it twice.
There's music videos out as well by both of us, so definitely go watch that. YouTube that right now actually, yeah, as you're watching it, right now, Ben Ume, Kevyn Ricard.
Thank you. Open that in the second window. Go in the incognito window on your browser so that no one sees you done it. Go in the incognito window, open it up. Time for that.
Hey, and even most importantly, share it with someone in the world, man. That's what music's for, man.
For real.
We've given it to you for free. We want you to just share it. That's it. Let as many people as you know hear that and bless them with something. Trust me.
Yeah, and wait on the next project because everything is in the works. Like this project that's dropped is me getting a project out of the way. I've got the second one ready to drop. You've got another one in the works.
Exactly. You've got your own cooking.
We've got mixtapes that are coming as well. So this is literally the beginning of the landslide of music we're about to put out. So like one track, that's great. That's perfect for us because there's way more coming.
There's actually a lot more coming.
Yeah.
You might hear a few of them now actually. In the background.
Teasers and that, you know what I'm saying?
Other big shout out as we try and keep regular, our open mic nights.
Damn right.
Every Wednesday,
Canterbury.
Be there.
You know,
because if you're not there,
we're growing on that scene, people. If you didn't come to the last show went off, you know.
All I'm saying is, before we used to be like, DM us to perform. Now it's like, you need to be there at the beginning if you want to perform.
Honestly.
We have lots of acts.
The thing is, every night it's a vibe and there's such a range of music getting performed as well, so that's good, man. It's a good night out for anyone in Canterbury or anyone in the local area, man. Come down.
We enjoy it.
So if you want to get up on the stage and show us what you got, boom, come along with it.
Yeah, let us know. There's always an opportunity to freestyle, to open mic, to perform with other artists if you happen to know some there. So yeah, come through, display your talents. If you're a poet, even if you're a dancer, maybe get some new different kind of art forms in there, you know what I mean?
I want to see a comedian up on there.
Yeah. Get some comedians up there.
Imagine like a magician or something, like a dope one, innit?
Switching up. But yeah, okay. So, back to podcast settings. Have we got anything that's pressing on anyone's mind that they would like to discuss? Before we just go into like...
Has anyone got any funny stories?
Should we start off with funny stories?
We'll kick it off with something different this time, innit? Has anyone got a funny story from the week?
Okay, I've got... I'll just kick it off with this because you, the podcast, have met this person and you guys have met this person. You know the weird guy in my house that called for the podcast once. Okay, that guy. So it was apparently I came back to one of my other housemates saying, he was standing in the kitchen. They left their food on the stove by accident and it was burning, and it was just burning. And he was just standing there eating the yogurt, watching it. Like he was just looking at the burning pot that could have burnt the house down, just eating the yogurt. He's on stuff, bro. That guy's on stuff.
There's some weird people out there, you know.
That guy's on stuff. Yeah, I'm telling you. That's as far as mine. I'm sure I'll come up with a couple more funny stories in a sec. That's up there.
I'm trying to think of like, there's things here. The week has been so like.
The week's been pretty crazy. We've had our show. Obviously, we've been pressing with getting this work done to get everything released.
Work, release.
But that's a good place to be at. It means we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. So, trying to stay busy. Any funny stories from you, man?
So this week, it's been this well. No, really, I've just been working in it, trying to get things done and that. So
that's how it gets.
Yeah,
that's how it gets.
Okay.
But in that case, you're your topic there.
Yeah, so I think personally, I want to open up discussion today, about the theory of existence. Yeah, so how we come here, theory of evolution, and debunking things in it. So, what's your views?
Break it down for us a little bit more.
But basically, look, right. So there was a study that was done here. You know, you got the Great Pyramids in Egypt. You got the Sphinx as well. Yeah, they're saying there was water erosion on the Sphinx here, which would have made it been there for like 24,000 years, bro. And humanity's only been recorded for what, like 3,000 or something?
Yeah, definitely.
So what they were trying to say in the video that I saw is that humans have always lived on this planet, innit? And like the pyramid and all of that stuff was sort of like things they left behind to show other civilizations that they were here before.
We'll answer that one. I've got an even better one to like counteract that.
Okay.
Same
Okay.
I think if I break down on the existent thing, it's what?
Existence.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. You know what I mean? Sometimes my tongue betrays me. It's like, Kevyn, not today, man. Not today.
I just went,
You're in a big shot flex. You know what I mean?
Is it on education?
You know what I mean? But yeah, I think definitely man, even with history that we know of, it's a constant battle. It's like data, and it's like as we keep going forward, we're losing at the bottom of the line our history, right at the bottom. So we're kind of gaining more but losing others.
They're taking the history with what they want to tell you.
Exactly, and even so, I think man realised that. So what they tried to do was to try and help them remember it on a scale. Was this A, B, C? It's before Christ, 0, and then that time is like that time after. And then if you keep going really to billions after, you know what I mean? But no, I mean honestly. And then you can go from 0 all the way up this way. It's the only way to like find the median point to try and remember. But bruv, man has definitely existed, but the scary thing is, if with the theory of evolution, what we are now, what man even was, like Anthropos, what are they called? Neanderthal. You know what I mean? Like humans of before, lesser cavemen.
The thing I want to put out, like, think about this, an animal in the wild, every day it's a fight for survival. If you drop a human in a planet that has no technology and he has no intellect or no knowledge or anything, I can't see there ever being evolution in that scenario. I can only see survival because I mean you look at it now, have the animals evolved to have their own civilization?
Surely they would be.
And they're saying that we came from animals. I'm not hearing that. I think personally, we're all aliens. I think that's what I'm gonna say.
So remember I said this contradiction thing, So this is the argument, So apparently, due to the history of man, even if we go back, the more we go back, apparently we are not even this humanoid or whatever, what we called species. Homo sapiens, We weren't even Homo sapiens, so technically we didn't even exist a few years ago, a few billions years ago, or 100 millions or whatever, But the interesting theory was. What about we are the aliens, Because think about us, this skin that we have, if we didn't have clothes or nothing, if we were left bare in nature, right now, we would die. So, and how can we die of a place where this is meant to be our natural?
We haven't evolved, but I think we've de-evolved. So when I say that, not that, I feel like you're saying, I don't think we evolved from animals. I think we are who we are, but I think we've de-evolved because of how society is. So, in terms of like our nails don't grow like they would, like how they should out in the wild. Our feet aren't the same because we don't walk on them, we wear shoes. From birth, you're wearing socks. Like from birth, you were wearing tiny little socks to cover your feet. Your feet just don't see the ground. You know what I mean? That's not actually how we're made to live.
That's true.
So I think we're a de-evolved version of what we're actually supposed to be, but we're advanced in certain ways. So we've put down the tools of like working and actually that's how we have obesity, but on the same scale, we can now fly to another country.
Not even the moon,
even further,
The reason I started with the Great Pyramids is like, what's so interesting about them is all the measurements,
They're
you put it into a computer now, they can build anything in the world. Physically not possible. Like,
and the
thing is, the bricks, like, if you do your research, the bricks add up to the natural ratio of 1.161 in it. I think it's at 1 to 161.
Do you know the thing about this kind of stuff? Because maths was so simple, if this is a base principle of maths, I can understand why it would have been included in this. because if that's the only way you know to work.
Yeah, because that's how they spoke back then. It's a worldwide language, isn't it? Maths. Maths is a worldwide language, isn't it? So
And there was like a few ways to measure stuff. So I kind of understand,
but no,
it
but the
is amazing.
specifics though, like apparently the circumference adds up to like the speed of like something. Basically, I need to obviously bring the video. If I had the information in front of me, it would have been a lot better in it, actual stats and things. But guys, do the research on it. Like it's very, very interesting. They also say that the Sphinx originally was a lion because back 24,000 or 22,000 years ago, they were in the age of the Leo, and on the 21st of March every year, the sun, the star sign aligns with the top of the eyes of the Sphinx, which shows the people to plant their seeds for harvest time and stuff like that. They were very advanced. This is the thing that the same with the Mayans and people. Like there was a city that could have found 75,000 people found Chilean mountains here. It's been there for 50,000 years, bro.
Definitely. I think
people were advanced in their own way. If you take away phones, take away TV, you have to find.
That's what we was talking about before. Yeah, I think a few days ago. Yeah. Now we study business. We study. I know entrepreneurship,
services,
all these other
that
stuff.
don't even exist really.
But back in the day, yeah, people studied survival.
You studied how am I going to eat
nature,
tomorrow?
how the world works.
Yeah,
you didn't even know when it would rain next, so bruv, you'd have to find where water would be stored in the soil where you could.
You have to be smart about your world. But now, for some reason, we look at it and we're like, oh, this thing was so amazing. But actually, what it is these people understood the world they were living in. That's what it is. We don't understand the world we're living in because we live in a cyber false world.
Yeah.
So when we see all of these things, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this stuff is crazy. It's not crazy. Yeah. It's just these people were working with what the earth is, and we're now working so far away from it that we look at it and we're like, so we, in a way, we are actually aliens.
I think
we are aliens to this world.
Yeah, I think they know you, because I think you got to think about the Ice Age, a comet, the fact that the sun could fly up any second. A natural disaster is surely set to occur, and the Mayans predict it's every 24,000 years. Big change, end of a race or humanity, and it starts again and whatnot. But what they think and what they're trying to think is that was a message to the future generation saying, look, we knew all this already. We were here before, because they knew that scrolls and shit wouldn't survive through them times. And you think even in caveman times, and even some of the hieroglyphics of the Egypts and stuff like that, all things that are inscripted into caves and that, it's always stickmen, And then back in the 70s, I think there was a big explosion in the sun, and it hit the top of Canada. And all the people kept describing for the 3 weeks they saw stickman-like figures in the sky. So what they were saying is that was their message to show humanity that it was ending and they had to survive in the caves and tunnels. I don't know if you believe that or whatever, However, the Mayan calendar said that the world would end in the 21st of December 2012. The world didn't end, was still here in 2009. However, they didn't say the world would end. They said it would end in the last stage, which they called it the age of the ignorance. Which apparently what we're living in right now is where we know all the information, yet we're not doing anything.
Oh, I believe that.
And we're not trying to find out why we're here. What's next? And because you know what? Everyone got bills to pay and work to go to the next day. Society has got us
what you're saying in that sense, I believe. Because what a lot of people talk about is this being the last day as well. It kind of is, because at the end of the day, even if you don't believe in God coming and Armageddon and all of this stuff, if you don't believe in that, that's fair enough. But at the end of the day, we're bringing it upon ourselves, because we're going to destroy this world and we're going to destroy ourselves.
That's the problem. That was what even the end of the world.
This society,
exactly. It's us.
The thing is, the society
we are there.
It can't sustain itself at the moment. It won't be able to sustain itself.
And I had this conversation with Lauren the other day. Even if you want to, the way the world works now, even if you want to stop all of the bad things that kind of go on, you can't. It's so much of a machine now. If you said, okay, we're going to stop overusing water, we're going to stop overusing fossil fuels, you can't, because the world runs on that every single day. So unfortunately, it's in a cycle now where actually we are going to run ourselves into. I can't accept that.
Yeah.
I don't think it will be in our generation.
Might not be in our generation, but
we never know. We have the means to do it, like to destroy what.
We've been thinking of the means to destroy.
Do you know this though? You know this here? The sun comes up at any second.
Any time.
Flare up and just wipe us out.
Not just that, but the amount of nuclear weapons that are just sworn about. Let's not even talk about the war. Let's even talk about the polar ice caps melting and the fact that
actual things
and overpopulation and crime and all that stuff, and just politics in general, where you start civil war in countries, the way the kind of world is right now, where every country is very, especially America and England, very divided. You know, you're at a point where
anything could really happen.
But an interesting thing is though, and we were discussing it on that as well, is like, obviously everyone talk about the Big Bang Theory and how we started and whatnot, More interesting than that, is how did what before that start, and how did what before that start? And the thing is, personally, I don't think we're at a point we will ever know at the moment, innit? And maybe maybe the answers are known, but only to those who are controlling the game that's getting played at the moment in regards to society and the way the world runs, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a weird one. It's kind of out of it's a weird thing. Like all of these people who are in the power seats aren't really in any kind of power seat. They're just kind of sitting at the head of the train that's already running.
And I don't think we'll ever know. I don't think because you got to even think you can get to a certain wealth, you can get to a certain influence in society and whatnot. Yeah, but we know that the top dogs who are controlling and running this. They don't care about anyone.
They can't
because they've created. This is the thing here. They've created this society. Yeah. And don't get me wrong. Society has to be about. Otherwise, obviously, there will be no order. There will be no progress in a sense. You know what I mean?
And no one will be accountable for it.
Exactly. So obviously, there are pluses to it, but at the same time, we know and we can see that it's plain evil going on in the world at the moment, and yet no one's batting an eyelid. And the way I say to do things is look right. You can make a small change every day by the things you do.
Yeah, that's
like,
what it is.
By how you are as a person. And I mean, even little things, you compliment someone or you help someone out, that could change their life in a big way.
They could change their day.
Exactly. They could be down and out, and that little thing is put them up on the next level so they can get on to the next one, So what it is, it's about knowing and being and
making your personal
exactly being
difference.
susceptible to get all this knowledge, but not letting it affect you in a sense.
That's actually do good, innit? That's actually hella well said. MJ, obviously very controversial individual, man of power. Many will say could
what did he do?
That power. You all know. So, I mean, I don't know if he want to say it. I don't know if I believe it, but so I mean, anyway. Before he passed anyway, R.I.P. a legend either way. He left one good message, that man in the mirror thing. Bruv, in other ways, because he's the one in power, he's kind of seen those people sitting behind those certain desks. And then he said that message, bruv, the only way to make the world a better place.
That's his last song, wasn't it?
Nah, that one was They Don't Care About Us. And that's a sick song.
And even think about that one, look.
Two versions,
his
like,
last song.
the Brazilian version and an African version. Go listen to that because...
Yeah, so that wasn't his last song, but it's a fire song.
Okay.
His last song was released after it was something did it after he was dead.
Okay, but his last song released when he was alive was They Don't Even Care About Us.
Yeah,
They Don't Care About Us.
Yeah, when he was alive, he was going to tour.
Think about the message behind the last two tracks.
That was the name of the tour. That was the name of the tour.
No, he made a song called that as well.
The
kids in that, innit?
the one with the Brazilian ones with the drums, and then
that one's the better one.
The one's in the prison, and one's in.
That's it. One's in the prison, one's with the Brazilian.
Those videos are so
prison version and
Brazilian one. They're phenomenal songs actually.
Yeah.
But it's man. If you want to make a change in the world, mate, take a look in the mirror and change what you.
And don't change yourself. That's not one thing today. That's what it is. Just do one thing today.
And most importantly, as well, the second thing was sometimes value. People we don't know what value is. We don't even how to equivalent or even measure it. What value is But bruv, to someone, you could be the greatest person in the world. Bruv, that could be enough. I mean, some people are trying to be famous and trying to do other things. If you just help someone, that person could remember you literally for the rest of their life.
That's what we're doing in our jobs, though, isn't it? You think about youth work.
It's true, actually. It's not.
I mean, I see young people now, and they still say thank you for the help, and I'm thinking, bro,
I don't remember
the help. But then it's little things. Like it's not about. People need to stop thinking about the big things. Sometimes it's the little things in life that you remember.
Make a difference.
Do you know what I'm saying? The big things come and go. It's actually the little things that count, man. The intricate details and stuff, man.
It's that simple.
It's how you are as a person, man. I mean, look, I'm not coming here to tell you to change, and I know my brothers here, but at the end of the day, what we're saying is, if everyone works in a more positive way and are more actively trying to make a difference,
the
world will naturally improve.
If nothing else, you get cut a few breaks when you're a nice person.
You do,
bro. To be honest, people will not let you get away with stuff, but not everyone's going to be hard on you because they're not looking at your flaws all the time. True. You're not, you make a mistake and someone's like, he made a mistake, but he's not. We all know he's not a horrible person. Whereas if you're somebody who is, as soon as you do something wrong, everyone's on your back.
And again, it comes down to like, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And sometimes that is very prominent in life as well, man. So having the right contacts and things, like. I mean, maybe when you're younger, it's about having the plug for the new trainers or whatever, or the plug for this, plug for that, and obviously,
Pokemon cards and that.
And even though, but look,
I was the plug for Pokemon cards. Who sold Pokemon cards at school? Just real quick.
Nah, do you know what?
I used to line up the shiny.
We used to trade them, obviously in battles or conquests.
Conquers was
heavy. One is Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, fuck man, used to have that bare.
You know what I'm saying? When you stack up and you take a bowl and pick out the best ones, dry them out.
Dry them out. Some was what's it called, vinegar and then
vinegar night. I didn't think that was gonna. I didn't even think that was gonna feature. I didn't even think it was gonna feature today.
That's why my eyes open like vinegar night.
Some vinegar. Those ones always wanted though.
Those of you are probably like, you've been watching my Instagram and they're like, bro, what are these lot laughing at when we say vinegar nation?
If you was at that drive-through Wednesday night, bro, I was in tears.
Shouts out to Finnegan.
All we're gonna say, like, some people in life are really sweet, and some people, are full of vinegar, mate. Those people are known as vinegans, mate. Yeah, there's a whole nation of them. I mean, there really is. Do you know what I mean? Vinegans. Watch out for them.
But like, obviously, back to what we were saying. Knowledge is obviously power, and the more people you surround yourself with, they can help you with your knowledge and growing you as a person as well. But it's all about surrounding yourself with the right people. And we've mentioned this in previous podcasts. We've mentioned this again, so whoever's watching, you know what I'm saying. Trust me.
Get involved with the right people, definitely. And don't be afraid to not be involved with people if they're not the right people. Yeah. Don't be afraid to be on your ones if you're not right. If you're just around a bunch of dickheads, don't feel like pressured.
Exactly. And for those who don't even for those who are around a bunch of dickheads, look yourself in the mirror, or just have it build yourself something and then sit there. Do you know what I mean? Think yourself real quickly. Yeah. Try and count the people who have actually been there for you when you needed them on your hand. Yeah. And then you'll figure out who actually you've got as a mate. Yeah. And then you'll be able to just cut people off. Don't be scared to cut people off. You might think that you're gonna lose something. They've lost already, mate. You just need to gain yourself back, mate, and then move on. Trust me.
And you realise though, as you get older, your friends do change, innit? And I think when you get to
you don't really need them. You don't really need
honestly,
friends.
Trust me, when you get to
you need a couple close people.
And you're good, mate.
I think it's when you hit your mid-20s or your early 20s, you really realise who you actually want in your life.
Some people are still stuck back and you start going,
it's about priorities as well, some people want different things from life. Some people want 9 to 5, they want a family, they want their TV licence, they want to sit in front of the TV every night of the week and then work and earn their money, and then, do you know what I'm saying? They want to do that, This is what I tell the youths, The youths always come to me, and they're like, yo, H, you seen this film, you seen this series, you seen this show on TV? I'm like, you know what, bro? My life is a TV show, bro. My life is a movie. I don't need to watch TV. And that's facts, bro. I ain't watched TV I can't even tell you last time I watched TV. That's it. I can't even tell you, bro. Honestly, man don't do that, bro.
People always ask, have you watched this series? I'm like,
if I'm only gonna watch that if it's gonna grow with mine. If they ain't gonna do that, man, what's the point, innit?
I'm not gonna lie, I browse hella knowledge stuff on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I watch, but I don't watch TV.
Yeah, I don't watch TV. Actually, matter of fact, I think you lot were there and then my TV actually worked. It came on. I was like,
you were shocked, isn't it?
I'm sick, bro.
Because who does that anymore? Especially just
Vinegans.
Vinegar Nation. There's a lot of them.
Those people are sick and
soft. I bet the Brexit votes, it's the Vinegar Nation, right?
Brexit.
You heard it first.
And actually, that's a good topic as well.
Means Brexit.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and
also a second referendum.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. What do you think about the second?
I think it should be taken out of the bag and fucking dealt with. To be honest,
you know what it is.
If it's me, right? I don't know.
Do you know what it is? It's your pigeon, But the thing is, it ain't her fault. Let's put it down. It's that motherfucking pig fucking David Cameron, and I was trying to be clear.
You don't hear this?
You don't hear this? Yeah.
At university, bro.
Man, that's a coward though. The thing is, he gassed the nation, Brexit will be a good idea. And then, alright, actually, no, it's not good. It's not good. And then he fell.
You know what's the Black Mirror? The first season.
Yeah.
What? So that was actually based on the story.
Yeah. No, did you not know? David Cameron come to the country and said we'd be better off outside the European Union, and then said this have a referendum, this have a vote, and then as soon as that went through and the vote got processed and the vote was going to be on that certain date, he actually went, oh fuck this retard, everyone's going to hate me in Europe, and it just like backtracking like, no, actually we got it wrong, we need to stand here and that. But all them little mugs like fucking what's his name, the one who sits in the pints and all the fucking racist stuff, man. Nigel Farage, man, yeah. So everyone jumped on this guy's hype, and said, look. He come up with this a random figure, throughout the EU, 100 million a year extra for the NHS. So all them motherfuckers have heard that, jumped on the hype and think that's real, and then bang the votes, So okay, it comes out, the nation has voted to leave the EU, This coward here, who started this whole shitstorm, As soon as that happened, I was island, innit?
Yeah.
And then they go into London, they see the nearest street pigeon, Theresa May, and they're like, you know what? Either way, it can't get any more. It can't get any more of a joke than it is now. Let's have you as the Prime Minister. Do you know what I mean? Hold out their hands with a bit of soup, bit of Burton, bit of bread, come on. It's a joke, fam.
Like, come here.
It's a joke, fam. I'm telling you, like.
Bloody hell, I even think with the Brexit part, first of all, that is true though, yeah. Brexit, do you know what I mean? You gotta say it proud, you gotta say it with your chest, really, and truly, you don't say it half-hearted, like, it is Brexit. I mean, it is what it is. Don't really say it properly. Say it properly, people. Brexit. Anyway, I think this is how they got them, yeah. Places like Grayson, actually, yeah. In constituencies or counties, should I say, yeah, that are predominantly second-class individuals, yeah. But they used to have banners up there in the time of the first referendum, yeah. They everywhere, bro. Everywhere. But Lee, now this is what I'm saying, yeah. Now I went to Crawley, yeah, and Canterbury's predominantly either students, educated people, or second class.
To remain in
yeah, it said people to remain.
Yeah.
Well, that though. Honestly, I think it was Christmas time. I popped round to fucking. No, I popped round. Of course not. And at the time, I was actually studying at the uni, and everyone was saying like, no, vote for May. It's the stupidest thing. And I think even just mainly for human rights.
Yeah, it's because everyone's young and they actually understand the world.
They actually understand.
People who don't understand what the world is like now. We're, no, I don't want to be part of anything.
Take a little trip down to Gray's End, where predominantly it's
we can't say that. No, do you know what? Yeah, the thing is though,
predominantly.
No.
Predominantly.
Gravesend is very multicultural.
Yeah,
it is. When you actually think about
it.
But however, predominantly racist white. Do you know what I mean? We ain't gonna lie.
No. Racist white.
Racist Asians,
ignorant Asians.
Yeah.
I don't know, just people that don't even
have But we are seeing the like integration. But you are right. There are cultural groups,
and even within Grayson as well. What you realise, yeah, that the rich, yeah, keep to themselves. It's a tight. But maybe it's a family thing around there because obviously they're the religious and people. For those who know, it's more of a family thing. But bro, the majority of people here are broke. You have to, bro. And bro, there was bare banners, vote leave, But now this is how they got them personally. This is my theory on it, because no one really even knows what the EU is. If you ask most of the people, if I go onto this high street right now and ask you what the EU is,
and what it does, they have no idea.
They'll be like, what's
well, we pay money to the EU.
You're talking about Magaluf? Yeah, I went Magaluf twice.
Oh, you mean bringing back free bottles from France?
Oh yeah, I mean, the EU, do you know you can get free tobacco from France and all of that? I bet they went, do you know what Brexit means? Did you know? If you won't leave, you're actually voting for the immigrants to leave.
This is gassed a minute.
Yeah, I would like.
Do you want the immigrants
to stay or do you want them to leave?
Yeah,
I want them to leave.
Exactly.
I'm
not been upset for 20 years, haven't you? Yeah. Today's your day, mate.
They gassed them, bro.
Vote them to leave. They voted, let's get the immigrants out, and then they realised, wait, we actually voted for us to get out.
They just voted for racism. That's why it was so hilarious.
Exactly.
When they voted, I was like, wow, you guys were stupid.
Actually stupid
enough
to vote.
You were stupid enough to vote yourself into being racist now. You were stupid enough to go, I'm a racist, and then everyone went, you didn't understand what the vote was,
like
did
you? Say, most of
you didn't know what you just voted for.
Our health physicians or whatever, doctors.
They're all foreign.
Well, most of them are foreign, fam. English people don't take school seriously. Please tell me how many English people take school seriously.
Tell me how many English only shops you know. That you just walk to the corner and just go to.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, because predominantly, and I've noticed this as well, in this nation, there's such a feeling of the world owes entitlement. That's it. That's the word. There's such a feeling of entitlement in this country. It goes back to an old case of a young person I used to work with who actually sadly got deported to Sierra Leone. We tried helping him, but obviously it was out of my hand. And he was a really, really good young person. I remember we all went out to town for Milford's last night and whatnot. And he said, I'm going to miss this place. He goes, I'm going to miss you guys, but he goes, I'm not going to miss most of the people around there. And I asked him, I was like, why's that? He goes, because you live in a country where you're surrounded by opportunities, yet no one wants to take them. They want to sit in their arse all day and be mad about it. And that's the bottom line when you look about it, To be a doctor, I think it's 8 years in university, isn't it?
Yeah, so how did that guy steal your job? Or Terry was sitting at home because his leg hurts. How did Mr. Patel steal your job?
And then think about this shit. A corner shop owner. You dropped that. You know what I mean?
Terry, you didn't even finish school, man. So you started becoming a bricklayer when you were 14.
Now
so how did he steal your job?
Some of these man don't realise it. Obviously, man used to do a paper round when I was at UU, innit? Some of these Indians that own these shops are Pakistani gentlemen.
They've been grinding for since they were
kids. They work 7 days a week, man. 365.
Yeah, since they were young.
And they're not working for themselves. Here's the difference here. they're working for their kids and their kids'
And their family
and they're
back
trying to
home
pull the
and
platform.
their family
And you know
back home
why?
as well.
Because in this country, I don't care who says it. If you're born in this country, you are so
blessed.
lucky.
You're blessed.
And you're
You're
probably born in one of
You're
the best country
best
in the world
country to be born
to
in.
be raised in, and the social security and the things we have in place in this
You're
country.
blessed, you're blessed, you're blessed.
Yeah, you are.
And that's the thing. That's actually a good point here, because most of the time, although we have a lot to deal with the system and all this crap that is actually going on in this
We've got a very
country,
good
yeah,
country when we think about it.
when
Compared
we
to others.
actually think about it, yeah, bruv, even the Parliament that is running around like headless pigeons, as my G says,
Man,
yeah,
that's it.
bruv, they still actually run round and still doing actively something. There's some politicians in certain places in Africa that the only meetings they have is to break money up.
To divide the money.
It's to divide money.
We sold
bribes, innit?
all
Yeah, the bribes,
sold
innit?
all the oil,
Cash on the bribes.
and then they take
It's
it all
time to
and
divide, fam.
then they put one into
That's
the
what I'm
country's
saying.
money, and then they
And then
divide
they
the rest
take
to
it.
themselves.
Okay, you take this, you did well, yeah, with the, you know, with
Make
the
I go
EU
on
link.
Make I go on holiday. Make I go to busy Brexit.
Let's see what's happening in this Brexit. But yeah, fam, we have to actually realise how blessed we are. The NHS really and truly has gone down the toilet, but at the end of the day, it's still a toilet to go down, mate.
And make the most
Some
of
people,
it.
yeah, make the
You know
most
what
of
I'm
it.
saying? Like, we're here,
mate.
the ship might be sinking, but enjoy it while it is, do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Enjoy it while we're still on the surface, bro.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And what we don't see, bro, there's people like literally travelling on boats, like travelling on foot, barefoot, hundreds and hundreds of miles, yeah, just for search of a better life here, for prosperity, for opportunity.
I think,
So, I mean,
would you, yeah?
use it,
Risk your
Like,
life,
use it, fam,
right?
And
Have no
people die
food,
for it,
innit?
fam.
No food, no water, no
People
nothing,
die
yeah?
for it.
Jump underneath a lorry, hold on for dear life while it's travelling
And
around
even the
world,
lorries,
yeah?
they're actively
Bro.
doing it every single day, like thousands of people
You gotta
coming
ask
here
yourself,
every
yeah?
single day.
You gotta ask yourself, would you go through what they do? No, then you got no right to tell them where to go or what to do, their blood. If you ain't prepared to go through what they are, yeah, you can't have a go at them for being able to work in this country. What are you doing? That's what you gotta ask yourself, man. What are you actually doing? Do you know what I mean?
It's true, though. And tell them, mate,
Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying,
I
man.
we should have a prayer flag of
I start getting vexed because there's a song that's playing right now.
Oh, fuck this song, man.
Yeah, innit? So
Anyway,
all of
yeah,
us-
nah,
so all of
they
us-
got out
yeah.
people, man.
No, I'm
They got
not
out
atting someone directly, right? I'm not gonna at anyone directly, but what I'm gonna say,
it's relevant of
what
what we're
I'm
talking
gonna
about. What are
say
you doing?
is that some people are fucking dickheads.
Yeah.
But we'll leave it at that.
And I think that's maybe the biggest problem with Britain as well, with the sense of entitlement, yeah? Many people think that, they're doing a lot, but really and truly, yeah, they're not doing nothing.
Even I have to remind myself sometimes
Exactly.
when I'm like, oh yeah, you're doing so much.
Exactly.
Bro, you ain't really doing that.
Bro, even what we're
because
doing is the
videos.
smallest scale
Do you know
of
what I'm
what we're
saying?
trying to do.
And we're making
And
things that
we're
don't even
moving-
exist really. We're making
Exactly.
videos and we make podcasts. Not that you should keep watching them.
Exactly.
Keep bloody watching them. But we're making things that don't really
Yeah,
exist.
no, man.
Some people are out
Look
there
outside.
toiling every day
Exist now.
building.
But look outside of that. Look outside of
Exist
that.
now.
No, look outside that, bro. Look at the jobs you do. Look at the people you meet. Look at the people you socialise with. We do a lot, bro.
Oh, we know
Like, the
that.
average person
Bro,
our age
I'm saying,
think-
I'm saying compared to other people here, compared to
Okay.
other people my age, bro, we're doing weight, but I'm talking
Yeah.
about people who go out every day and they have to in other countries where they have to
Oh,
just
yeah, yeah, it's
survive.
different, it's
We
different,
have the
yeah.
ability to be able to make videos.
We're
because
making
we're
use. That's what I'm
set.
saying. We're making use of the time.
Yes, we
and
are
the things
using
we've
our
got. Yeah.
privilege. We're using our privilege by able to do things outside of just our 9 to 5
That's
and make something else because we have the time and the mental space to be able to think creatively and go, oh, I want to make this. People who are trying to survive, you don't have time to go, oh, I want to make a podcast.
Yeah, it's true.
What do you mean you want to make a podcast? You want to
Trying to
eat.
survive.
You want to eat or you want to make a podcast?
That's very important what you said, yeah, and that's one last thing I would want to say as well, yeah. The most valuable thing on this earth and in this life is time. Do you know why?
Massively.
If you don't get that back, that's a currency, yeah, that only ever gets spent and never gets made. You never make more time. You only lose time, you never gain more time. And this is the thing, right? You're constantly losing time, yeah? So you need to make the most of it because you can never gain it. That's the thing. That's the thing. So, guys,
Yeah.
use time as your currency, man.
And just find your passion and just go crazy.
And you think,
Very
yeah, think about this, yeah. You don't think about, is it worth the money? Is it worth the time?
Exactly. And I
That's the
think
question you ask yourself sometimes.
even with natural things, I think where we lost back to what you were saying with the not necessarily evolution but history thing. Back in the day, our essences of survival was different. Now it's bills, rent, and stuff. That's why we're moving in a certain way.
Yeah.
But before, where it was crops, food.
Yeah, the cost
Yeah,
of
yeah,
life.
yeah, yeah,
The cost of life.
The cost of life is now monetary,
Yeah,
whereas
And
before it used to be
there's different,
labour.
yeah, and now there's different values of both things. Even though running around in this monetary system, there are values of it, I guess, but we've lost a lot of values of the natural things. But back in the day, let's say farming, yeah, I went to Africa for a little bit, yeah. They teach you about agriculture.
What, did you go on holiday?
Nah, I got like
I'm sorry. I'm such a dickhead, bro.
Yeah, you have to, innit? And you know the definition of shit, yeah, man might be there, be like,
Man got that African plane.
Would they take him on the actual little boat and they sent him there and he had to row it? No, I didn't.
Man got parceled up.
But mate, I got woken up about 4 in the morning. My bags are packed. I'm like, whose bags are those? Someone told me it was someone else's. Before I knew it, man, I was on the plane 6 hours, mate. Anyway,
that same thing. All African parents say, "I will send you back home."
That's what you get for being naughty.
Everyone thinks they're joking, and then it happens.
Yeah, any young black male that might have a bit of African or yard Jamaican inheritance.
Yeah.
If you're being naughty and your parents have been warning you for the last about 5 years and you've not taken them seriously, watch out, because tomorrow might be.
Tomorrow you might be going on.
And they normally do it near summertime. I'm just letting you know, near summertime. Yeah, just when you finish school, you know, say goodbye to your family friends.
You've been on holiday for a couple of years, mate.
But yeah, back to what we were saying, yeah, on the agriculture thing. When you plant a seed in the ground, yeah, the essence of watering that seed, you have to literally water it every single day. Even on a scale of massive crops, let's say bare crops, yeah, they will predict rain on that. But if there's not rain, then you have to fill the
cycle, isn't it?
Yeah, to match that. Do you know what I mean? To replenish that amount or whatever is needed. But the essence of time is, even without the machines, yeah, one farmer had to literally plant. He would plant, let's say, 1,000 seeds. Yeah, that's time. This is the essence of time which we miss. Yeah, you first plant 1,000 seeds, then you water each of those seeds. Yeah, some seeds is not just about watering it. Some will grow stronger than others. Some will take more nutrients than
some
this
ground
one.
Is just
so then you have to.
There's rocks in the ground, whatever it happens to be. Yeah.
And through time, the seed even goes through different stages. If it's a buddy, it's not a buddy seed, but a seed that bears fruit.
Yeah.
It goes through different. Stages,
you got your vegetation.
Germination,
flowering as well.
Seed, germination,
fertilization, germination,
then flowering.
There's a stage in between.
Yeah.
Where it grows.
Vegetation, then flowering.
Not budding. I don't know why.
But is it like you? I was going to say you, but when it actually fruit, actually starts to bear fruit.
Grows, and then
But even with that, that's when you start to see the essence of time. If you even want to see bear fruits in 1 month, the plant has not had enough time and nutrients for it to bud. So when you get to 3 months, you can see the time level and you'll be able to see the progression. And then when it comes to harvest and you're eating your food, the only reason why you're eating that food is because that
time you put in.
6 months ago you sat there and planted
exactly. And that's an important thing. And do you know what it is as well? Yeah, what's very interesting is the perception of time. Yeah, think about this. Yeah, we've all got the same 24 hours in a day. We all have. Yeah, it's about what we do with that time. Also, you think about when you was a kid. Yeah, I don't know about you, but years felt like a very long time.
It did.
When you're
Exactly.
30,
And I was talking to my dad the other day, and he said, as soon as you get to 20, son, it's time just literally, it's like you fast forward, yeah. And I'm breaking that down to is the perception of time. When you think about it, yeah, when you're a young man,
1 year,
you're free. You don't have any responsibilities. You don't have any dependencies. Nothing like that, right? So you're free. You've got a free canvas in a sense, yeah. So you can learn, grow, find out things and stuff like that. But when you're older, you've got bills to pay, you've got a job to work, we've got events that we're doing. We're doing a lot in it. But the average person, in it, job to work, putting food on the table, maybe caring for his family, raising his children and stuff. It's the perception of time. When your mind is full of responsibilities and people that depend upon you, that is when time goes faster. Because your head is full.
But this is why it's so important to step out from this system and this world.
Of course.
Because the world is set up so that you don't have any time to think about any of these things until you're 40. And like you said, until you've paid off that mortgage and your kids are raised, and that's when you sit down and go, what have I just done for 4 years?
4 years.
Remember why I used to say to you,
and I will never
get it while
be
you're young, innit? That's the main thing. Get it while you're young, bro. You know what I mean? Everyone says you live once, but you're only young once, man. You've got many most of your youth in it. You've got many most of your youth in it. Sorry, fam, man, let you hang it. Make the most of your youth, man, because at the end of the day, yeah, like I said, we only get older, we don't get younger. So we got to make the most of the time, because at the end of the day, yeah, you ain't gonna be able to dance the same when you're 70 or 40, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to, do other, I'm saying, you ain't gonna be able to do other things the same as well, you know what I'm saying? You dig? So, come on. But anyway, yeah.
But even the sad thing with that, yeah, we're youth workers as well, we're around hella youths.
Yeah.
We're leaders.
Role models and stuff.
Role models and that. But most of the kids will say, I don't have time for that. learn this.
They don't
They're already saying when they have the
That's
most
because
time they
they're
have.
busy but that's the thing is they will discover it. There is the period of discovery.
I was
There's that.
thinking,
Yeah, of
You've always got
course.
to take yourself back, innit? Because the thing is, the thing that frustrates me the most when a young person says, "Yeah, I know it all." That statement right there, yeah. 'Cause you
I know
never
it all,
know
but
it,
you
yeah.
can never tell
But
me
the
that.
thing is, yeah, but actually think back, yeah, especially if you're around our age now, if you're in your mid-20s and whatnot, yeah.
What you knew.
Look back, yeah. Think about how it was when you were young. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. When I was 14, bro, I thought I was motherfucking president of the world, man. I thought I knew everything. No one could tell me shit, innit? But I think it's just a part of growing and realizing who you are, and there's so much to learn, innit? There's so much to find out, and there's so much you can grow as a person.
Wisdom.
Yeah, man.
This is the
Never
way I
ending,
always
never
think.
ending.
Wisdom. The first step of wisdom is accepting and knowing that you know absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Because then you start trying to learn, and up until that point, you don't try to
You
learn.
actually don't know nothing. Yeah, you just don't even know nothing.
Right, so on that note, guys, it's been a moment.
Oh,
Thank you
yeah,
for-
wait,
yeah.
it's been
overtime.
Okay,
Yeah,
so let's
it's been
close
overtime.
this thing out. We've been talking for a while.
Yeah.
Brexit
By the way, man.
and
Theory of
all
life and evolution.
of that, everything. So hopefully everyone's been a little bit inspired.
Yeah.
We're gonna try and come back. Maybe this setting, maybe a slightly different setting.
Definitely.
But everything
You're just
wide
gonna
up,
have to wait and
everything
see,
lined up,
really.
everything looking nice.
But,
You know what I mean?
Shouts to all the viewers
keep
and
it
everyone
posted.
sending in your questions,
Keep doing that.
comments and stuff
Keep
like
coming
that.
to the shows.
Man.
Keep
Requests.
listening to the music.
Yeah,
Yep.
and what we was gonna say just last socials because we don't really get them in.
Yes.
Instagram, Ben Ume, HDON 91, Kevin Ricard.
Stuff goes on Instagram
Yeah.
every day. So if you like music of any form, there's going to be
anything.
something on there every day. So
Every
between
single
that
day.
and 3Kings Official, which is our Instagram page, and 3Kings, it's 3Kings Official as well on
YouTube as well.
On YouTube, yeah. So 3Kings Official on YouTube and on Instagram.
Shout out Ben Ume
Find
as
us.
well because he's putting up some saucy vlogs as well for you lot. So there's not just podcasts.
Come through and watch
You get to see
I'm
the
not
whole
making
journey,
it for
man.
myself.
You get to see
I'm
the
not
whole
making it
journey.
for me.
Pods, vlogs, freestyle videos, music, acoustic
Bloody
sessions,
hell.
music
EP
videos,
drops.
and EPs.
What more do you want?
SoundCloud.
What more do you want?
That's all
Live
you gotta
shows.
do. Any one of us, mate. Any one of us. Any one of
Live
us.
bloody shows.
Take it away.
Last two shouts as well. Shouts to the grand providing the venue and
Yes.
shouts to Soulful Poetry for the inspiration.
Yeah, soul food poetry, doing
Yeah.
bits
Soulful
and
big
pieces on levels of
Big ass
performance,
bits.
on levels of inspiration for us,
Yeah,
on
man.
levels of just
Yeah,
keeping
man.
stuff running UK wise for shows.
Yeah,
events.
and
I'm bringing some dope lyrics to the country and overseas
Yeah.
as well, man. Some of the
Yeah.
poets are amazing,
Yeah.
man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'll be in Amsterdam 24th.
Trust me, and actually, even for the Soul Food gang watching this, bro, I think on the way home from one of their shows, we secured our first venue. So,
And
inspiration,
with the full inspiration
inspiration.
from and like the way we run and the way we even think about how we run is
yeah.
almost on the framework of soul food, or
Yeah,
at least
yeah, yeah.
trying to match up
Match
soul food
what their standard, yeah.
So yeah, it's inspiration.
guys, thank you again for tuning in.
Yes,
Yeah,
for
man.
real,
Have
for
a good
real,
week.
for real.
Take care. We'll see you
Be
next
back
time.
with us
man.
soon. You know what I'm saying? We'll be here. Peace.